We're buzzing with Beadle on the spread here as Michelle Beadle joins the show as she does every week. You can see her on FanDuel TV talking some Golden Globes nominations. Michelle, how's it going?
It's going good. This is that time of year where Hollywood pats itself on the back. Woo! Can't wait.
Love it. They're just like the rest of us, right?
Just like us.
So we got the nominations recently. Why don't we go through three of the top categories? We go through everyone that's nominated for the movies and TV shows, and we see what are the betting data on this and see where our prediction is. All set to go?
Yeah, I am. Some good
Alrighty,
ones.
we are gonna start with the best motion picture for drama. So again, Golden Globe splits it between drama and then musical or comedy. We will talk about that later. The nominees for drama. I feel like I'm on the stage right now.
Yeah, I know. It sounds
Avatar. It's been a dream of mine, so I guess this is it's coming true.
like
You got Avatar: The Way of Water at plus 900. Elvis at plus 1200. The Fablemans is the favorite at minus 175. Tar at plus 500 and Top Gun Maverick at plus 300. We'll start with what was your favorite movie out of these?
So I saw Elvis and I saw Top
Okay.
Gun. Fablemans, I will see because it's a
Mhm.
Spielberg. Like it's basically his
Yeah.
biography by him. Avatar, I didn't know we were all waiting for another Avatar as much as these commercials are making it seem we've all been waiting for another Avatar.
Apparently there
Yeah.
are five of them planned,
What?
by the
What's
way. I
happening?
don't
My
apparently.
favorite nugget about Avatar is that Matt Damon turned Avatar down and turned down the percentage points of the full profit, which would have been a $238 million check that Matt Damon turned
Ooh.
down once. And whenever you think I should have done something in life, remember Matt Damon because he's laughing about it now. For me, I love that this is even nominated because
Mhm.
it was such a nostalgia ride. Top Gun
Mhm.
Maverick. While I didn't
Mhm.
think anybody outacted anybody else, it was just fun.
Mhm.
I'm going to it's the sentimental favorite. So for me, it's Top Gun, but there's no chance, right? There's no chance.
It's got just like the packed action, and it's
Yeah.
always such a political battle in Golden Globes. You don't know who's actually going to win. I think in theory it has a chance if you base it just off of like public reaction.
Ooh, yeah.
But I agree, this is kind of the movie that fits the billing that may not come out with the hardware. I was surprisingly, I really like Tar.
Okay.
And this is like a in terms of just pure, I don't know how I'm gonna feel about this, but I know I should watch it. And then I was like, wow, that was really good. I really like Tar. But my pick is gonna be Avatar. Honestly, I'm going with the
Really?
plus 900 value. I just think like, and I'm a big Marvel guy, so I'm kind of hypocritical. But just you throw money at things, it kind of diminishes the value. But this has been in the works for like a decade.
By the way, can you imagine being like close friends with James Cameron? There cannot be a more tedious, like detailed
Uh,
human being in the world. Like he takes years to do something.
I
It's
mean,
impressive patience wise. I don't have it.
being friends with a director in general just
That's a
probably
good point.
sucks.
Great point.
So
Never mind. Take it back.
I'm going with Avatar. You rocking with Top Gun? Your
I'm
your
going
top
Top
movie for
Gun.
the year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Although it seems like
Okay.
it had decent odds. But yeah, Top Gun.
Yeah, the plus 300, second favorite, not
Yeah.
too shabby.
It's like,
Um, for best motion picture, musical or comedy, this is always an interesting for nominations. Babylon at plus 750, The Banshees of Inisherin at plus 225, Everything Everywhere All at Once at minus 175, the heavy favorite.
eh.
Glass Onion and Knives Out Mystery at plus 1,000, and Triangle of Sadness, which apparently was hilarious. Must have missed that at plus 1,400.
It sounds like a Ricky Gervais like attempt at I love it so much. So this is a very confusing because if you have not seen some of these movies and some we can't yet like
Mm,
there's no
yeah.
way. But Babylon has everybody and their dog in it. It's like a who's
Mm-hmm.
who of A-list actors. So that's always sometimes something to deal with. Although sometimes I think it backfires. Everything Everywhere All at Once is the one that I have seen. And it's
Mm-hmm.
crazy and it's Michelle Yeoh. It's just it's a cool movie.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how it's musical or comedy. Glass Onion,
It's got
if it's
music in
Daniel
it.
Craig, yeah, right. There's technically music. If it's Daniel Craig's weird Southern accent again, I don't know how that's
Mm-hmm.
in here, but whatever. So for me, I think I'd like to see the upset here. I'm gonna go Triangle of Sadness based on irony
Interesting.
at this point because I think
Okay.
that fits the bill. Yeah.
Okay, I can get behind that. And I mean, I agree with everything you said about all those movies. I mean, Babylon is just like a stacked cast.
Hmm.
Glass Onion, I barely missed when it was in the movie. So now I have to wait for it to come out on Netflix. I'm like, all right, we got to do this. So, I mean, I think even if it's as good as the first one, and I loved the first
It was
one,
entertaining.
it was really cool. I don't know that it really has the weight for even a top three finish. I'm gonna I'm gonna be boring here. I'm gonna go with chalk. I'm gonna go with Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Smart.
This was my favorite movie out of the five, considering it's one of the few ones I saw because it's one of the few ones that were out.
Exactly.
In full disclosure, but this movie kind of sounds like okay, this movie was too good. We have to include it somewhere. It just barely missed the drama one. Sure, I heard some musical notes in the back. Let's just give it the spot in this category, and we'll have it win type of thing. And I mean,
Right?
it's minus 175. It's boring, but
And I think it's a Michelle Yeoh moment. Like I think she's having a
yeah.
moment. That, by the way, that's the
Hmm.
most ridiculous entertainment sentence you're going to hear out of me. She's having her moment right now. And
She's
we're going
having
to
her
record that.
moment.
Like that's such a thing they say. But yeah, it's a weird category, especially because a lot of people look to the Golden Globes as like, oh, maybe some of these go Oscar, and I
Hmm.
can't even picture some of these as Oscar nominated movies. But here we are.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't think Glass Onions would be a Oscar nomination. And again, I love the first one,
Yeah,
but if we got to be honest here,
watch.
I
We're
mean,
gonna
maybe
watch
maybe
it,
David
and we're gonna love
Bautista
it.
and a speedo is enough. I don't know.
Well, they did make the sailor sweater famous in the first one with Chris Evans, so you
Yeah,
never know. This could be something.
that is true. And our last segment we're gonna get to here is gonna be the best TV series in a drama, and this is an absolutely
Stacked.
loaded category. I think you can make a claim 1 through 5 that any of these shows could win.
Agreed.
So running down the list here, we have as the favorite, the two favorites, co-favorites, Better Call Saul at plus 163, same odds for Severance. The Crown and
Hmm.
House of Dragon right behind at plus 450, and then Ozark at plus 1400. Honestly, I kind of agree with how these are kind of stacked in terms of the favorites and such. It was a bummer that the season of Ozark kind of sucked comparatively. Where are you leaning here?
Yeah, I think it gets the love because it was sort of it, right? Like it's the we're
Yeah.
done. We're done. Oh, well, we're done with a few of them, but House of the Dragon is one of my favorite shows currently that I
Mm-hmm.
watch, but it's so new that I don't think it has a shot in the world. Right? It's just sort of right now glomming on to the Game of Thrones love, but
Mm-hmm.
Severance and Better Call Saul, I think Better Call Saul is the winner here for a
Yeah,
variety
I
of
agree.
reasons. I think Odenkirk is absolutely adored and loved. I
Mm-hmm.
think Breaking Bad was such a perfect show that the idea that a spinoff of it has been equally as good, if not better,
Right?
according to some. That's hard.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, the fact that they did two is insane to me. The
Mm-hmm.
Crown is so specific. It's not my jam. I'll be 100% honest. I don't
Okay.
care. I do not care about The Crown.
And
And
it's
I loved
interesting
Ozark.
because it's interesting because you mentioned House of Dragon is also kind of it could be not someone's jam. I don't know how, but
I
it's
agree. No, I
yeah.
agree. And a lot of people were turned off by myself included, the final season of Game of Thrones that it was like we kind of
Yeah.
came back negatively, like, let me see what they're gonna do. And it turned out it's actually
Yeah.
quite entertaining. But I'm gonna go Better
Yeah.
Call Saul here. I think that is the
Yeah.
sentimental and also favorite for a reason.
I think my therapist has heard enough about how I felt about House of Dragons or
Yeah,
Game of Thrones last season. But
so
yeah,
angry.
yeah, it's interesting because you have House of Dragon. It's a new series, but it's a spin-off, and then same thing with Breaking Bad type of Better Call Saul, except that's obviously been around for more seasons. But it just the Better Call Saul was a good show, but they really took a step this season, and everyone got on board. I do think that this might be one where it's just kind of splitting hairs between that and Severance, maybe, because that was a
Mm,
great show too. I have to agree. This is the one that we agree both on. I would think the favorite for Better Call Saul is going to take it
all
at
right,
plus 163.
we're gonna win so much
One
money.
show we did not talk about though that we
Right.
have to because it's the only thing anyone's talking about right now is White
Mhm.
Lotus. It is nominated for Best TV Limited Series. I think we'd be here for 2 hours if we did every single category. I want to get your thoughts because a little birdie told me you have an interesting opinion on the show.
Well, I don't think it's interesting other than it's just seemingly different.
Hmm.
I am a latecomer to the White Lotus parade. I actually binged all of it this past weekend and a couple days into the week. So I'm done with both seasons.
Okay.
I know that you are about to be done with the second, so I will not spoil anything.
Yep.
I am a saint.
Full
But
transparency, I'm up to the finale.
Yeah, you're almost there. You're almost there. I think, and this could fall under my sort of Titanic, Forrest Gump umbrellas, where I was late
Ooh,
to something, and by the time I
okay.
saw it, thought it was a little overrated. And I get a lot of
Ooh,
poop for the Forrest Gump
I
idea, but
see.
it is what it is. I know. So I think that's where we are here. I loved the travel porn of it all. I love Hawaii. I love the
Hmm.
south of Italy. These are beautiful places we all want to go to all the time. I love the cast in both seasons.
Hmm.
Um, but I will be honest with you, I was very underwhelmed as far as a show. My judgment and how I judge if something is good or not. Am I
Hmm.
tempted to scroll through my phone while it's on? That's how I know if I'm into something or
Mm.
not. And when I say not only was I tempted, I had my computer out at times and was
Well,
scrolling through the. So I just,
okay.
it just wasn't enough. The story's a little much for me, a little far fetched.
If that's the kind of just like if that's the baseline for how entertaining it is, I don't think anyone, just ages 18 to 24 is ever entertained by anything.
I
Me
know.
included. I definitely fall into that, honestly.
It's so
Yeah,
sad.
I thought it was interesting. Season one was kind of just, hey, we're kind of just observing people, nothing's going on. And then even the
Yeah, yeah.
first episode of season two, you're like, okay, things are happening right now. But interesting. You might be alone on that hill, but you are standing proudly on that hill. That's all that matters.
I know. I'm not even trying to be a contrarian. Truly believe that. I will find one other person that believes that with me.
Okay.
Maybe.
Bring them on Buzzing with Beadle next week. Michelle,
Seriously.
really appreciate you joining.
Thank you.